Well, compared to the weather that we've seen recently across the coverage area, this has certainly been a much welcome day across the area. Cooler temperatures, cloud coverage, and it doesn't feel like it's a sauna with the temperature cranked all the way up. And even better news, many of us actually did see some rainfall. The bad news is many of us also didn't see any rainfall. So there is some good news that, some of us did see some rainfall. Some of us are still seeing some rainfall this evening. The bad news is I wish it were a little bit more of the coverage area to see this rainfall because not many of you saw rainfall or any in general. So, good news, bad news. We'll take what we can get. Overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, very similar to the last couple of mornings. Lows starting off anywhere from the upper 60s, lower to mid 70s across the region. Cooler spots are going to be southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas, far northern Oklahoma with the latest forecast update. So that's a look at the overnight lows as we head into tomorrow morning. Let's show you what we got for tomorrow afternoon. And here's a look at what we've got. Unfortunately, this pleasant weather and the beautiful cloud coverage that we saw today, fortunately, that's not going to be lasting too long. We've got a little bit more clear skies tomorrow expected. Highs are going to be ranging anywhere from the upper 90s to the triple digits. Now, there will be some areas in our far eastern counties in Arkansas and in southwest Missouri. It could be into the mid 90s, but still, it's going to be pretty warm area-wide. So I tell you, I wish we could have more days like what we've had today. Now, obviously, we would love some sunshine with those cooler temperatures, but it feels really good in our studio, outside. It's just a terrific day overall because it's not 109. So fortunately, that's going to wrap up tomorrow. But at least the 7-day forecast, it's not going to be that warm going forward for many locations. It'll still be warm, but at least it's not the extreme heat. We'll show you more on that here coming up. No highlighted risk for severe weather the remainder of today into tomorrow. So we got some good news there, but there will be a low-end risk as we head basically into Wednesday. We'll let you know more about that in our extended forecast segment, but we can just move on from this now. Just wanted to show you that, yeah, we've had some lower end risks the last couple of days. Today, though, it was just rain and some areas of some thunder, but no active severe weather potential today or tonight. Could see a couple rumbles of thunder or two, but the ingredients aren't there for severe weather. So just a gentle rain. Some of us saw some moderate rainfall. Others, like we said, unfortunately didn't. So here's a look at the rainfall potential for the remainder of this evening. Again, not everyone's going to see this rain activity, but doing a pretty good job because those areas that you're seeing highlighted for the likelihood into the expected range with the precipitation, that's where we've kind of seen this light rain that's just trailing over the same areas over and over again. And so that may continue for the next several hours. Overnight tonight, things should start to wrap up. There's a low chance of rain tomorrow as well, but not quite as high as what we've seen today for this map. In fact, as we head into tomorrow, some additional areas could see some rainfall, but only a couple tenths of an inch. The outlook that we saw previously for today did account for some areas seeing up to maybe 2 inches of rainfall. So hopefully we saw some beneficial rainfall in some areas because we desperately need it. Like we said, not everyone saw that. Not everyone's going to see this activity. Here's a look at what we got for the fire weather outlook. The good news is for our coverage area, no highlighted risk for fire weather conditions, according to the Storm Prediction Center. However, further to the west and to the southwest of our coverage area, we've already seen some wildfire activity in parts of Oklahoma, unfortunately. So the good news, at least for our coverage area, we're not seeing this activity. The bad news is there's other parts of the states where we partially cover. We don't cover all the way to the west, but that doesn't mean that we don't care about the weather that's going on out there. So keep some of those communities that were evacuated from some of the fires. You'll see that probably on social media. Keep them in your thoughts and your prayers, and hopefully the fires don't get out of control. So for our neck of the woods, the good news is we don't have that issue right now. We'll let you know if anything changes with any sort of fire weather conditions or risk going forward. Foghorns morning fog outlook is showing that with some of those cooler areas, especially in northwest Arkansas, parts of the River Valley, and up into southwest Missouri, there could be some patchy fog. But notice, it's not the significant 4 miles or less of reduced visibility. It's kind of hovering between 8 to 6 miles of visibility possible. So again, there could be some patchy areas tomorrow morning, but nothing significant. So that's a look at the Foghorns morning fog outlook for tomorrow morning. I tell you, you got to check them out if you are looking for a great place to watch any of the games going forward as we're headed into fall sports season. Great opportunity to watch some Arkansas Razorback football. They're located in Fayetteville. Whether it's a home game or an away game, I love their wings. They're some of my favorites. So be sure to check them out. They've got some awesome food. Get out there for some food and some drink. You can watch some sports. You can take you and the family there to enjoy some awesome wings. I tell you, my favorite right now is the Foghorns Medium, and I think they call the other one Kung Fu. Those are two of my favorite flavors at the moment. They got many others out there, so be sure to check them out and support them like they support us. That's the most important thing. They support us here at Weather 225. We're so grateful to them. Shout out to the Foghorns team. We appreciate you guys here on the channel, and be sure to support them like they support us. That's a look at what we got going on. We'll have the extended forecast here coming up. So here's the culprit that's been bringing us the rain chances, and we're not mad at all because we desperately needed this rainfall. And as you can see, it also brought some cloud coverage with it, leading to a beautiful and cooler day. Now, it's not the most beautiful day to look at outside with all the cloud coverage, right? But, I'll take this cloud coverage because it's keeping those temperatures at bay. So there's that system. Right now, as of this update, the area of low pressure is basically just to the north of Oklahoma City, just to the west of the Stillwater area. That's what's bringing this rainfall activity. Now, this system, it's massive. Notice it goes all the way up to the northeastern United States. Right now, it's stalled out just to our south, and that's why the rain chances are continuing. That'll continue to make its way further to the south by tomorrow. Zooming in, here's a look at that area of low pressure right over the community of Enid, and that's bringing us those rain chances. But right now, that boundary kind of stalled out further to the south, and that's why we had those rain chances continuing throughout the day today. It's just unfortunate that it didn't bring more rain activity with it. So as we make our way into Future Scan Radar, it's done an okay job. It's not perfect. It hasn't been great the last several events. But as we head into tomorrow, notice mostly clear. Can't rule out a couple stray showers, especially as we head into the evening. Overnight into Wednesday, some rain and thunderstorm chances look possible, and that will continue into the afternoon on Wednesday. There's also a low potential for a couple strong to severe storms. I think the most concerning risk, if we're going to say, concerning, is going to be for the wind and the hail potential. We know the drill at this point, y'all. It's another low-end risk. That doesn't mean that you should completely ignore it. It also means that you shouldn't, overly worry about it. We'll let you know if anything changes. It's kind of just that typical risk that we've seen where the conditions are favorable, that, you could see a couple storms with the potential for winds of 60 to 70 miles an hour. Hail anywhere from quarter to ping pong ball size. There's also the potential that you don't see anything at all, and you could see a couple of the scattered thunderstorms that reach the special weather statement phase, but not quite the warnings. It's just something we want you to be mindful of as we head into Wednesday, that we got another low end potential. If anything changes, we'll let you know. But right now, only includes mostly Arkansas, Southwest Missouri, very small portion of Oklahoma. But like we've said, stay tuned for the latest. But it's not a high-end risk. It's also not a risk that we want to completely ignore either. So we'll let you know if anything changes with that. Next 7 days, not a whole lot of activity. We did bump up those rain chances for Wednesday in parts of Southwest Missouri and Northwest Arkansas. You might be wondering, well, it says 30%, so that doesn't look all that high, right? Well, it's going to be kind of like today, where we're going to see scattered thunderstorms across the area, but our coverage area is pretty large. So for all of Northwest Arkansas, not everyone's going to see that rain. Same with the River Valley, Oklahoma, Southwest Missouri. So the rain chances on the 7-day forecast are not going to look that impressive, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be scattered. And that's why we're here to kind of explain that. 90s for the remainder of the 7-day forecast, a couple triple digits, but I will say for the River Valley that the forecast at least is more pleasant, because notice it's not 105 to 109. There will be some heat index values that exceed maybe the 100-degree threshold, but compared to what we've seen, this forecast, dare I say it's pleasant? It's not that pleasant. I'm not a fan of these temperatures. Hot take. I would rather have, late fall, early winter. I'm a fan of cooler temperatures. And the reasoning for that is, from a fashion standpoint, you get to wear, the jackets and everything that you love. I'm a NASCAR fan. I love wearing my NASCAR jacket. I can't do that during the during the summer. I can do that during the winter. In summer, you just can't get away from this heat. Go inside, and it can still be cold, don't get me wrong, but still, it just feels like that heat. You just can't get away from it. Whereas in the winter, you can wear the layers and you have the heater and all that. You probably didn't care for my opinion on winter versus summer, but that's just my hot take on that. Northeast Oklahoma, it's not triple digits every day. It's going to be close some days, but it is going to be a little bit more pleasant. I say pleasant. It's not going to be that pleasant, but still, you get what I'm saying. It's at least not 109. Southwest Missouri, those rain chances still around 30%. Not everyone's going to see the rain opportunities Wednesday, but just something to be mindful of. And then as we head into the weekend, it's not going to be triple digits. It'll still be warm, but it's not 105 to 110. So, hey, we'll take it. And climatologically speaking, at least going forward, temperatures should continue to decline as we're getting closer to September. That's just kind of how the natural things work with the weather patterns. So climatologically speaking, as we head into September, even if we see above average temperatures forecasted, at least it's probably not going to be as extreme as July and August, but still got some warm weather on the way. We'll keep you posted here with Weather 225. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your day.